Today on One, your daily dose of local affairs and social media commentary. Today on 1 LPM to attack the Speaker of Parliament with questions: has society neglected the boy child? Youth promote hygiene during COVID-19, and NFA begins to clean up association debt.
The Landless People's Movement (LPM) is gearing up to attack the Speaker of the National Assembly of Namibia with questions when the Parliament resumes. According to the LPM, the Speaker has been deliberately ignoring their letters as he is currently out of town.
In regards to the biasness of the Speaker, we have spoken of and given information to the public in regards to our concern in regards to that. Now, these are the steps that Landless People's Movement is going to take. Firstly, we would be actively communicating with the public, because we feel that if the public knows what is happening in Parliament, he will be forced to act up. We're going to attack him in Parliament because we're going to ask him, because now we have been sending him letters, we have been sending him emails, he's not responding. When Parliament commences, the first thing on our agenda is that we must attack Honourable Speaker of the Parliament with immediate effect, because this biasness has to end.
Mutu added that the Ministry of Information and Communication Technology (MICT) should be changed into a department as they are not effective enough in their current portfolio.
The ICT has not looked into policies on how they're going to protect their workers, number one. The ICT has not come with effective programs and policies and proposals on how we can transform our country into a fast forward moving industrial revolution country, how we are able to catch up with the rest of the world in terms of technology. The ICT has failed, and that is why we decided that as a ministry it takes too much money. Currently there's too much money being allocated. The Namibian nation cannot afford the ministry currently. Therefore, it must be brought down to a department.
Mutu explained that President Hage Geingoob's decision to not allow the purchase of a new government fleet is a step in the right direction.
Well, we are pleased with that decision, because we have been on the forefront of reducing the executive and reducing certain positions and benefits. In fact, we even gave proposals to reduce the salaries of some of the executives and MPs. We gave those proposals, and currently we are happy that the President is taking those drastic steps to ensure that the excessive wasting of the resources, state resources, has been limited because of that, and we are happy and we salute the Comrade President for that.
In conclusion, the LPM is wondering why Finance Minister Ipumbu Shimi is so quiet about the tabling of the national budget.
From Cape to Cairo, Accra to Antananarivo, there are millions of people just like you trying to make a living to make money. And there's no magic way to get rich quick, unless you're Aliko Dangote. You're not Aliko Dangote, are you? No? Well, perhaps we can help you get a little further along the way. With BBC reporters all over Africa, we find the stories, the successes, and the startups that will help you make the most of your money. This is Smart Money.
Is society neglecting the boy child? Today on One speaks to child advocate in the office of the Ombudsman, Ingrid Hasselman, as well as human rights activist Rosa Namises, to get their opinion on this topic. Many a time, society talks about how women fall victim to sexual abuse and assault due to toxic masculinity and patriarchy. However, children, specifically boys, also make up part of the rape cases that are committed in Namibia and around the world. Recently, Johan W. Marie, a man in his 40s, was arrested for raping and sexually abusing over 20 underage boys and produced child pornography which he allegedly sold on the dark web between 2016 and 2020.
Why is it that we would not be triggered? That's the big question. Why are we not triggered? And all this time, when we talk about violence against women and children, our men are asking, what about us? We are also being abused. We are also being excluded. We are not part of the bigger picture. And I think society has agreed and has accepted that they are the perpetrators. And society has believed in themselves that it cannot happen to you men. But here we are. This is 20 boys, and there are more.
Child advocate in the office of the Ombudsman, Ingrid Hasselman, says although more girls than boys fall victim to rape and sexual abuse, boys suffer the most due to social and cultural norms.
All children are abused, girls and boys. It just happens statistically that it happens more frequently involving girls than boys. And also, I think the effect that it has on boys oftentimes is obviously also the same as when it happens to girls. The only difference is that it probably affects boys more, in the sense that boys are subjected to lots of societal stereotypes concerning men and masculinity, and so they suffer in addition when they are subjected to or when they become the victims of sexual abuse.
According to police reports, the videos which Marie allegedly sold to pedophiles on the dark web featured children performing sexual acts in random bathrooms. The charge sheet further stated that Marie used sex toys on young boys, of which some had mental and physical disabilities.
Accommodation is the ability of the eye to focus on distant and near objects, and I bring it in contact with the electroscope. What you must keep in mind is positive charge can't move. It is the negative charge that moves.
So the first one, EF, is then going to be 0 minus negative 2 over 4 minus negative 4. Look at my signs. If you go wrong there, if you don't substitute in brackets, you're definitely going to get wrong answers.
A group of young people from Windhoek took it upon themselves to clean the city as the country faces its biggest health crisis to date. They say that most of their members have still returned to work and instead of remaining at home, decided to approach the municipality to allow them to clean several parts of the city. The war on COVID-19 is being fought on many fronts, and since the outbreak, Namibians have mobilized themselves in groups that have been making contributions such as food parcels to the less fortunate in the community, while some organizations donated funds directly to the government. One group in particular that was recently formed had volunteers across several parts of the city picking up litter in efforts to keep the public spaces of Windhoek clean.
We are having a cleanup campaign. We have started this initiative, it was on the 17th May, whereby we reached our business community, where we pledged with them to give us a hand in this initiative, for this initiative to be a success. As you can see, it's mostly the youth that is indulging into this, because we want to give our time during this lockdown, stage 2 of the lockdown, and we are adhering to the procedures that were urged by our Honorable President, Dr. Hagen. Some of us, we have our full-time employment. But now that we are in lockdown, we decide not just to be sleeping at home. You also decide what you have to do for your country instead of you just waiting for the government and saying, no, they are not doing for us for this. So we decided to meet them halfway on something that we can do. So we invested our time, and then we are going to collect all the debt and give educational program on the effects and negativity of the negativities of being in a dirty environment, and also the benefits of being in a cleaner environment.
The country is also facing the hepatitis E outbreak in the informal settlements of Karutura, and the volunteers say that they will soon converge in that area before concluding the week-long cleanup campaign.
I am here with my group. We are cleaning. We want to be in a clean country. We are cleaning alongside the road as well, so that people can see clearly when driving on the road. It is also meant to attract tourists. When they come visit our country, they will see how clean our country is. That is our mission.
In a letter to the group last week granting them permission to conduct the cleanup, the city of Windhoek commended the initiative and expressed their appreciation. The group has received assistance from the local business community, but say that they need more assistance as they plan to spread the initiative to other towns if successful.
Hello and welcome to Sport Africa. The BBC's new weekly show will explore the big sporting issues and questions, like why Africans aren't winning medals in the pool.
I just think it's their mindset.
Meeting established and rising stars.
I could be the Nigerian first Grand Slam winner.
And at the heart of it will be you, the fans, with your passion, your opinions, your stories, and even tests of your sporting knowledge. Go beyond the game with BBC Sport Africa.
The Namibia Football Association recently announced that the process to start paying off debts owed to service providers by the association has started. The debts amount to more than 10 million Namibia dollars. Acting Secretary General at the Namibia Football Association confirmed that the association requested for assistance from the highest governing body of football, FIFA, to settle the association's debts. Franco Cosmo added that as per their request, NFA received $600,000, which amounts to 11 million Namibia dollars, from FIFA to settle their debts.
When we took office, the FIFA Normalization Committee, we came and we made an assessment. We found that the NFA is under debts. So it was 14 million debts at the time. You know, debts is also not stopping it. It goes up every day, it goes down. When you pay, when you use the services, it goes up. So, but that was the picture that we have painted to FIFA to say that the association is under heavy debts of more or less 14 million, and they should assist us to clear these debts. So now they have given us those funds. But the funds are no more the funds that they have undertook to give to us, FIFA, because in the meantime, as you know, with the economic situation in the country, the government position, and then we have been playing, our national teams have been playing. So we have been also asking money prior to this, and they have been giving us money, taking it from that undertaking they have given to us. So we just got the 600,000 US dollars. So that is the money we got. It is just to clear our debts. Right. It's to clear our debts with the hotel establishments that were given services to us, to our national teams, to the stakeholders that are coming to officiate matches here, international matches, and all the other stakeholders like the traveling agencies that has been flying our national teams, and all those stakeholders, the people that provide food to our national teams when they are in camp. Those are and then our own members, they have not been paid. They have been, you know, in terms of the constitution, they have to receive a certain amount from the mother body, which is the NFA. It has never happened since 2017. Money is owed to them, and then we are also clearing that. They have also played leagues, 2017, 2018, and the prize monies were not given to the winners. Yes. So those are the things that we are trying to clear.
FIFA recently announced that they will be availing a total of $150 million COVID relief funds to its member football associations to help handle financial trouble caused by the coronavirus. The NFA Acting Secretary General further stated that the COVID-19 relief funds have not yet been received and cannot say how the funds will be utilized.
So the facts before us is that FIFA wrote to us as a member association of FIFA to say that they have set aside 150 million, as you have correctly stated. They will give it to the 211 member associations under FIFA. But these funds are not yet stipulated, how much each member association will get and when. It's only an undertaking from FIFA, and we are still waiting from that. Okay, as soon as those funds are here, so we'll then communicate, because it is not something that was already in the operations of the Football Association. So we need to take it to the second highest body, which is the executive. We'll then, the secretariat will then communicate with the executive to say, look, we received these funds from FIFA. It is an X amount. It is for COVID-19 effects on our industry and as a member association. So what is your take on that? So it's not for the secretariat to decide. It is for the executive to decide. So for now, I can't tell you what is the modus operandi, who will qualify, who will not qualify, how much will they give to each member of the NFA. So once the funds are here, we'll also be transparent enough and tell the nation that we got an X amount from FIFA. It is for COVID-19 emergency fund.
According to recent media reports, the NFA received a letter from 8 Namibia Premier League teams who proposed to resign from the football body. Cosmos acknowledged receiving the letter, but has confirmed that the matter is still to be tabled in Executive's first engagement meeting since being elected. The meeting is scheduled to take place on the 30th of May 2020.
By 2050, Africa's cities are projected to exceed 1.3 billion people, double the continent's population today. Properly managed, this population increase offers a unique development opportunity. Without the right tools and plans, this great swell of people could prove a demographic disaster, and instead of being poles of prosperity, Africa's cities would be sites of despair.
In other leading stories, with the recent introduced reforms in Namibia's renewable energy sector and the growing presence and entry of international oil companies entering the hydrocarbon sector, the Ministry of Mines and Energy is optimistic about the country's energy future. Tom Alawendo, Namibia's Minister of Mines and Energy, during a webinar hosted by the African Energy Chamber in partnership with the Africa Oil and Power on Friday, said that on the renewable energy sector, Namibia has been able to introduce some reforms that have made it possible for independent power producers to come up into the sector and produce clean energy, especially through solar and wind. According to African Energy Chamber, although Namibia is largely a consuming country, it hopes to grow its upstream industry, improve energy security through diversifying its energy mix. In achieving this, Namibia is looking forward to collaborating with the private sector to review its policies in order to attract further investment. Other topics explored during the discussion, guided by the theme, the future of the Namibian energy industry, included plans on the development of the Kudu gas project, to which the minister provided that the ministry is currently re-looking the project's business model and hopes to move forward thereafter.
Welcome to Comments Corner, your daily dose of comments from the hottest social media pages. The Social Security Commission donated 4.8 million to the Namibian Institute of Pathology as part of the nationwide fight against the novel coronavirus pandemic. In his remarks, the chairman at NIP noted that the funds donated will be utilized to procure reagents and necessities for approximately 8,695 tests. Theo said the number of tested and planned testing seems extremely low. Junior said Social Security Commission must give them money since they never benefited from being members of Social Security Commission. Martin questioned why the money is given to NIP and not to the members of Social Security Commission. Gabriela said they are here donating money while they can't pay members for their salary losses. Bulletin is puzzled as he wants to know until when they must wait for Social Security Commission money. The government says it will not be able to conduct the 200,000 tests for COVID-19 as such an exercise will take years to complete. Cleopa said he never believed they could conduct the tests from the moment they announced it. Mebzela said a fat cat hijacked the plane. Joe said the money is eaten up already. And that is all from Comments Corner. Be sure to post your comments on our social media pages for broadcast every day only on Today on One.
Let's talk about the coronavirus outbreak here in Africa. How do you get people to regularly wash their hands when water is scarce? How do you get people to work from home when majority of Africans work in the informal sector?
People are dying and suffering.
More importantly, how do you get a vibrant and dynamic continent to stop in its tracks? Welcome to The Breakdown, BBC Africa's COVID-19 special program, helping you make sense of the crisis.
News just in. Brace yourselves as One Africa TV's Today on One, our local current affairs lifestyle program, brings you a newly revamped look and feel for the nation at large.
You talk, we listen.
The way they operate have to be different because we are losing lives here.
With over 1 million impressions on posts, we bring you
community voices,
sport,
Consumer Watch,
social media commentary,
the weather, and so much more.
Today on One, always there. A look at the weather forecast. First, an advisory from the Windhoek Met Office. East wind conditions will prevail over the coastal areas tomorrow. A fresh to strong wind will prevail in the interior. The Namibia interior cold at first, otherwise partly cloudy and warm to hot in the northeast and southeast. Elsewhere sunny and warm to hot. Windy weather will prevail in the interior. The coast mostly sunny and warm to hot with sandstorms at places, and the wind moderate to strong easterly. Now a look at minimum and maximum temperatures across the country and beyond.